military cooperation between Ukraine and the West is reaching a new level. 2024 began with the delivery of truly unique weapons to us.
To shoot down a Shahed, 1 or 2 munitions are needed.
The latest air defense systems no other army in the world has are now in service with the Ukrainian armed forces.
It covers cities, important facilities, and even directly air defense complexes themselves.
The CEO of the German company Rheinmetall officially confirmed Kyiv, the first battery of Skynex systems, is already protecting the skies over Ukraine. What is this system? What targets are they capable of shooting down, and why have they already been dubbed the drone killer? This is covered in today's Arsenal. For the first time, the whole world saw how Skynex operates in combat conditions at the end of November last year. At that time, Kyiv repelled one of the most massive drone attacks since the start of the full-scale invasion. Later, the Air Force reported that they counted 75 Shahed-type drones launched at Ukraine. The number of drones shot down was also a record, 74 out of 75. Moreover, more than half of all the drones were directed specifically into the area of responsibility of the Skynex systems.
The most massive Shahed attack in recent times occurred in the northern operational zone. A total of 55 unmanned aerial vehicles were shot down, 28 of which, or 53%, by mobile fire groups.
At that time, there were no official statements about what this miracle air defense was. Analysts agreed that the capital was protected by the Skynex system. However, at that time, if there was any mention, it was about single units. Now the armed forces of Ukraine have received an entire battery. This includes a command post, a radar station, and 4 launchers. These anti-aircraft systems are the latest developments of the German arms company Rheinmetall. They were officially presented only a few months before the full-scale invasion of Ukraine. The air defense systems have not even been put into service in Germany itself yet, and Ukraine is the first country in the world to receive the Skynex.
They are effective against drones, UAVs, low-flying cruise missiles, and any objects that are in subsonic flight mode and at low altitudes. This is the very essence of the short-range echelon. It covers cities, important objects, and also directly, even medium and long-range air defense complexes.
The gun module is equipped with an X-band surveillance radar, which uses the principle of autonomous search for the firing sector. Essentially, the installation automatically tracks targets in a 3D projection around the clock. Considering that the Russians have recently started using black drones, this function becomes particularly relevant. After all, spotting a dark spot against the night sky is very difficult. However, the radars do not miss a single moving aerial target within a radius of several kilometers. If the target starts maneuvering or hiding behind hills and trees, as the Shaheds often do, the system can deploy its own reconnaissance drones. They rise above the radar's operational zone and relay information on where to direct fire.
They are armed with 35mm cannons. They operate in automatic mode and use so-called programmable shells. The firing range of these shells is up to 4.5 kilometers. However, that to shoot down a Shahed, only 1 or 2 rounds are needed.
The firing rate of this weapon reaches 1,000 rounds per minute, and considering the accuracy, the automated targeting and firing system, a miss is practically impossible. Considering the type of ammunition used, success is practically inevitable. In tests, the Skynex managed to shoot down an entire swarm of 8 small drones with a single shot. With such performance, the German system is capable of destroying several hundred aerial targets in less than a minute, which allows us to confidently state no group of aircraft or swarm of drones can pass through the Skynex strike zone and survive.
The radar constantly tracks the Shahed, and the radar station determines the meeting point of the projectile with the Shahed, and accordingly the projectile is programmed. Before firing, the projectile is programmed for a certain range, and as it approaches the Shahed, it explodes, creating a continuous cloud of shrapnel through which the drone passes. It doesn't matter if it's a Shahed, Lancet, or Orlan, it doesn't matter.
As for helicopters and airplanes, if they are certainly flying at a more elevated trajectory, their destruction is possible with the missile system, which is also installed on the Skynex. The missiles for this system were developed separately. DNL Cheetos IREM is a completely new munition, with its own radar. Guidance is carried out through a set of sensors installed directly in the warhead. Firing is possible at a distance of up to 6 kilometers, which allows for the downing of almost any type of low-flying aerial target.
It also plays a role against attack helicopters, very low-flying aircraft, and a secondary role concerning ground targets. The fired munitions are 35mm rounds, which are widely used in the GDS series anti-aircraft guns.
It is also possible to install early cone laser guns on the systems. In short, like most Western weapons, Skynex is a versatile platform on which a wide variety of weapons can be mounted. Besides weapons, Skynex has the capability for additional installation of enhancement modules. For example, to use the system in a combat zone, a remote control module is integrated into the air defense installation. Then the soldier does not risk being killed by return fire and operates from cover. There is also the possibility of simultaneously controlling multiple weapons, or, if necessary, installing additional radars. The task of transporting this weapon is solved in 2 variants. Launchers on a wheeled base are called Skynex, and on a tracked base, Skyguard. The equipment is capable of reaching speeds of up to 60 km per hour, with a range of up to 1,500 kilometers. Being extremely fast and incredibly maneuverable while also having the ability to protect itself, Skynex is practically invulnerable. And modern composite armor in some cases can even withstand a shot from a tank. The unique qualities of Skynex allow it to be used both on the battlefield and in the rear cities of Ukraine. By the way, according to signed contracts, Ukraine is expecting a second battery of these systems in the spring, which will allow additional coverage of kilometers of our territory. If you like this video, subscribe to our channel and don't forget to like this video. Even more interesting facts about weapons and military equipment will be in the upcoming episodes of Arsenal.